Hi, I'm Chuck, and I love to bake and work out. Here on Bear Boys Baking, I want to show you that baking is not as intimidating as you might think. I'll be joined by a gym friend who's looking to learn because, well, let's face it, everything's better with Bear Boys Baking. Why are you hopping, Dave?
Actually, fractured my fibula a couple weeks ago, so just gonna keep showing it like top.
Hello everybody and welcome to Bear Boys Baking. I am Chuck, your host, and this is
Dave.
My guest for today. We will be making a creme brulee French toast this morning.
Sounds fantastic.
Right? And on top of that, we're going to make a candied rosemary bacon.
Ah, that's what I'm here for.
I think that's the reason you came.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's bake.
Oh no!
And we're back. All right, you ready to get started making this?
Do it.
Okay, first thing I want to do is talk about a couple of ingredients. A couple of them are really important, in my opinion, for French toast.
I can't wait to hear why.
Yeah, you can't just make French toast with any bread. I think you should only use brioche bread.
Why is that?
Brioche is a French bread. It's half pastry. It's very high in egg and content and cream. And so what you don't want is a bread that you're fighting as French toast. Even if it soaks, you want to be able to fork through it at the end. And so brioche is specifically suited for that and makes a big difference in French toast. The next ingredient we want to talk about really is the creme brulee part in general. You're like, what is that?
Yeah, what is the creme brulee?
What is creme brulee? Why is it in my French toast? So basically creme brulee is eggs and cream. Who knew? If you've never made it, it's
I've never made it.
Yeah, it's crazy easy. You make it, you're like, oh, this is creme brulee. Well, I should make this all the time.
Putting this on everything.
I put this on everything. There's a bit of a gotcha in this recipe.
What's a gotcha?
Well, I encourage you to read through your recipes all the time. This one, you're like humming along. It's maybe Sunday morning, and you're thinking, I'm going to make a great French toast for my family. And then it gets to the part where it says, refrigerate for 8 hours or overnight.
Oh man, it's going to be a longer day than I thought.
Yeah. And actually, we'll get a chance today to try it out. Because once we mix this, we're obviously not going to sit around for 8 hours, as much as I enjoy your company, and watch this soak. I have one I made ahead of time, and we'll bake both and see what happens.
Great.
So you get a chance to see. So one more thing I wanted to chat about was the brown sugar base, which I think is a little weird in this recipe.
Like Venice weird or Santa Monica weird?
Oh, those are very different weirds. I think it's probably Santa Monica weird.
All right, little foo-foo and...
Yeah, it's a little foo-foo. It's a little strange. Normally, brown sugar and butter is butterscotch. So, you know, it doesn't say butterscotch creme brulee French toast, and it didn't mention it. Normally you would do a caramel base, which is white sugar and butter. So this is going to be super fancy when we finish it. It's going to be great.
Sounds delicious. I've never made either one, so.
You're going to be really excited. Yeah, this is a really easy way to zhuzh up your Sunday brunch game.
Deal.
Okay, let's get started with this. I'm going to have you do it all so that you have the muscle memory of the actual activity.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so first thing is we're going to do the brown sugar and melt it with the butter and this on the stove. So let's head over to the stove and get started.
Sounds good.
All right. That is now pretty fully incorporated because there's no more yellow racing around. The edges are on the top, right? So it took a little aggressive of a stir, but you got it where you needed it to be. All right, we've gotten the brown sugar and the butter stirred and combined together. It took a lot of aggressive stirring to get them to mix. Now we're just going to pour it here into the pan as the bottom layer before we put the bread on. I'm going to do sort of an even walk around the pan. Ah, I missed the corner. Get in there. Get. Right.
Come on, Chuck.
I know. Come on. All right. And now it's mostly kind of even. And that then is the first step.
Alright, what's next?
Okay, next step is to put all the bread slices in this. The recipe called for 1-inch slices of brioche. These are 3/4 of an inch slices of brioche. So our choices are double it up and add more cream and butter, or cream and eggs, which I think we should do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or go with the thin bread and just be like, oh, now I'm sad because it's thin.
Bigger's better.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we're back, and it's now time to get the cream mixture ready. This is pretty straightforward. This was 8 eggs and 2 cups of cream.
All right, are you accounting for the extra bread already?
Yes. So the original recipe was a slightly smaller dish, pan size, and so I went in mathematically and increased the number of eggs, and so this should work.
Okay.
And it should also accommodate for the extra bread. There you go.
No.
Cool. Yep. Perfect.
We'll let the yolk.
Get this corner of it. If we had 8 hours to hang out, we would let this sit for 8 hours, refrigerated, so the bread could soak it all up. But we won't do that. I prepped another one ahead of time that we're going to make ahead, but we'll also bake this one just for fun. In the meantime, let us do the bacon, the candied rosemary bacon, and let this soak a little bit, and we'll come back and we'll cook this when we're ready. Now then, let's get on to the bacon, shall we? First of all, let's have a look at this bacon. This is extremely thick cut bacon, which is, I think, pretty much required for this kind of bacon. If it's too thin, it's just going to burn. Yeah, and it's not going to support this sort of recipe very well. And none of that worked.
Still trapped.
Wait. Oh, ta-da!
We've got bacon.
Now we've got bacon. Just grab a little bit of a pinch of brown sugar and basically spread it along the bacon length and then kind of spread it across the bacon. You don't need a ton, right? Because this is going to cook up pretty good. And that is how we will dress every piece of bacon. Just think about how fun and impressive it's going to be at your Sunday brunch when you bring all this out. People are like, what?
Yeah, hopefully I remember the gotcha moment so they're not waiting 8 hours.
Yes, we have to wait now 8 hours. Sorry guys, I forgot. They're like, this is the worst brunch ever. Yeah, it's going to be dinner.
Yeah, here's some more mimosas.
Just get drunk. And it's literally the tiniest bit of rosemary that goes on here. And unlike the sugar, which was kind of coating it, you just want a sprig or two of the rosemary per, because it's so strong.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be eating like this. What is this? Yeah, perfect. So it's just a tiny little bit. I would even argue this is fresh, so it's obviously stronger than dried. If you were doing dried, I wouldn't put on much more than this either, as a matter of fact. All right, my friend, this is prepped rosemary candied bacon ready to go into the oven. All right, we're going to pop this in a 400-degree oven for 12 to 17 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep an eye on it, actually. I mean, time is good. Just when the bacon looks done, pull it out.
Do you turn it at all or re-season any side?
No, it just goes in straight like that. All right, into the oven with you. 400. All right. Okay, so while we're waiting for the bacon to bake, we checked out the mixture that we put together for the French toast that we're doing. It's a little bit too little. Like, I think the volume should be a little bit higher. And we looked at the math of this, and there's almost like half as much more bread as the original recipe, and the pan is also half, again, bigger. And I only increased the recipe by 150%. So I think we should do another half increase in the volume of the cream and eggs to get there.
Good.
So it also gives us a chance to correct for the Cairo syrup that we forgot.
Leaning Tower of Cairo.
I know. Why do I have that?
Down there a little bit more.
Perfect. So it's good now. As you can see, the volume of it has risen to where the liquid mixture is roughly the same height as the toast. Okay, now this is going to sit overnight for 8 hours. Or for another few minutes while I wait for the bacon. And we're going to stick it in and see what we get.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Can't wait to try it.
So you can see the bacon's not looking cooked yet. It needs to get a little more brown all the way around. It still has that sort of fleshy, raw bacon look, which we're not looking for. So we're going to let it go for another, it could be 5 minutes, and we'll keep checking on it. Escape. Okay, that is actually pretty close to done.
Man, that looks fantastic.
Doesn't it though? Most of the flesh color is gone. You can see the dark blisters on the bacon. That's where we want it to be. I'm gonna let it finish out its last minute, and we'll pull it out, and this will be what we call done. Okay, we've hit the last minute of this bake. Let's have a look at this bacon. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Almost burnt. Actually, that minute was too long. The edges are a little bit dark, but that is candied bacon.
Add a little extra crisp. That's great.
Look how great they look.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay, so we finished the bacon, and we're now ready to put the creme brulee French toast
man.
in the
Can't wait.
oven. I'm so
Starving.
excited. So these are both of the ones that we've prepared. I'm going to stick both of them in for fun, and we'll see what the difference is between like maybe an hour soaking and then literally overnight.
Yeah.
And see you in 35 minutes. We've decided while we're waiting for the creme brulee French toast to bake that we should try the bacon.
Absolutely. I don't think I can wait. Wow.
That's so good. Every
unreal.
time. It's amazing.
That's amazing. That's unreal.
And bacon doesn't need help. Like, bacon's pretty good on its own.
I'm just going to keep shoving it in right top.
Oh, look at that. So the edges are getting brown on the outside, which is exactly what you want. So I think this, oh my God, do you smell that?
Oh, it smells fantastic.
That's going to be amazing.
That butterscotch.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we're going to let it finish out. It's got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Timer's going off on the oven, Dave. 35 minutes.
Yes, it's about time.
Shall we pull it out?
We should.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
So here's the one that we let sit out for 8 hours. It's got a big bubble on it.
Yeah.
We'll poke it with a fork and see. All right. Oh, it smells like creme brulee. Okay, let's have a bite, Dave, shall we?
Can't wait.
It's cool enough to have a little taste. Okay, there's the butterscotch goo on the bottom. This would take the place of maple syrup, you know? There you go.
Yeah,
So this is the one that sat overnight. It's thinner. It's only one piece of toast. It's been soaked all night, so you can see that the texture of the toast is much more soft texture. It's obviously absorbed much more of the liquid.
It's a good whirl. Cheers.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Wow, that's stupid.
That's just what I was thinking. I'm like, that is so dumb tasting.
Wow.
It's so amazing.
That's amazing.
It's literally, so it's just custard encased bread with a brown sugar on it. I'm gonna try the other one now that rested for 8 hours.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That one's definitely softer, feels a little bit more eggy.
So this one is a superior texture.
Right.
So if you're really showing off
Yeah.
for brunch, you would try to do the 8 hours. But what's nice to know is like if you've only got a little bit of time, you can still pull the dish off.
Wow. This is amazing.
Huge success, right? That's astonishingly great French toast. I don't know how you're going to make anything other than that ever again.
Yeah, I'm gonna gain a few pounds in the next couple weeks, but you know,
Just the
it'll be worth it.
The candied bacon
Yeah.
alone, I think. All right, everybody. Dave, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chuck. It's been fun.
Yeah, good time. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Bear Boys Baking.